was the Menendez brothers. I don't care what the crime, okay, whatever the crime. That was 30 years ago. What do they do? What are they about today?
They have people that work in recovery that they go to some college and get their degree, and it's like you can't relate to these people in recovery. If you haven't been a drug addict, you can't teach recovery. I'm sorry.
Tell me about your book.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it too. It's like the first thing that I put out. I'm like working on a lot of stuff.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, aka NoMo, chilling right here inside the Lit Outlet studio with another episode of the Lit Outlet podcast. Before I introduce my guest, I want to make an announcement. We now have a new Patreon tier. It is $30 a month. On this tier, you get a free t-shirt or a free hat every month just by supporting the podcast. You still get early access to all of our episodes. So before we get started, I just want to make the announcement. Go on patreon.com. It's the #1 way to support the podcast. We do have $3, $5, $10 tiers, but the $30 tier is the best way to become the ultimate Liddy.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, aka NoMo, chilling right here inside the Lit Outlet studio with another episode of the Lit Outlet podcast. I got two very special guests in the building. I got Mr.
Mohawk Matt.
and Mr.
Brian James.
In the microphone, please.
Brian James.
The homie, obviously, he's a podcast professional, but you know, sometimes he forgets talking to the microphone.
His socks are not pulled up high tonight.
What?
Socks. What can I just do a sock check?
Oh, sock check, homie. Let me see.
Mine are small. I'm not showing you mine.
What you got? Damn, this one got to the knees.
Damn.
You got the ankles.
I got the cruise. No, I don't got ankles. Don't you dare say I got ankles. Where's it say, bro? We got cruise.
I got fat feet, so you know.
I mean, I won.
Damn, Brian won the
Definitely
sock
won.
check.
He's a Downey's fool here right
Florida
now.
Food Community. Can I get my
Florida
my
food
trophy?
Damn.
Yeah.
So what you guys been up to? What's new with you guys?
Just working and working and working. And yeah.
What brings you guys to Southgate?
You.
That's right.
Well, we're going to speak to the youth tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Today we have a potluck with like white elephant from I run a nonprofit called the Downey Bombers Baseball Club, which is what is it called?
Outreach work.
We mentor the youth
Mentor the youth.
through
Right
the
on.
game of baseball. I got about 21 kids.
My
and
favorite sport.
I got the homies right here pulling up to talk to the kids tonight.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be probably the first time some of these kids ever seen somebody with a tattoo on their face.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably
I
gonna
would
be the
have
first
thought
time.
like kids around here are used to it with the.
Well, Downey is the Mexican Beverly Hills. It's an anomaly in this
You're right.
area.
Downey is really nice, actually. It's like one street different to where I ate there once, and it was
I used to
extremely.
always hear like homies in prison always say that about Rolling Heights. It's in San Gabriel Valley.
Yeah.
Oh no, excuse me, Hacienda Heights.
Yeah.
It would always be like
That's where Fergie's from.
Yeah,
Really?
the Mexican Beverly Hills. Like
Well, she's
everybody from
from,
SGV would always say that.
Yeah, Fergie's from. Where's she from? Happy Homes, La Puente.
Oh, that's like Puente. Yeah.
Yeah, but she lives in like Hacienda Heights.
Fergie.
That's what I. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this like little community within Downey called Orange Estates, and it's nothing but mansions, dude. Like little
Damn,
mini
dope.
mansions, big mansions. So, but
Now I
there's,
understand.
but there's also like different parts, just like every city, where they're more hood than others. But definitely gonna have you guys talk to the youth today.
Right on.
You guys usually do that? You guys done that before?
I've done it a few times. I mean,
Yeah.
he does it a lot.
When right before I got out, like my last 3 years in prison, when I was in Ironwood, it was called the Youth Offender Mentor Program. So it was literally like 200 young men, like under the age of 25, all life sentences, all of them like banged out,
Damn.
like fully activated, like face tatted, ready to go. And they took about 15 of us, like people that were older, that had done time, that were kind of on their way to board, and they put us in the building. Yeah, it was crazy. When you moved over there, first question is like, are you here to run them? Or are you here to teach them? Like, which one is it? You know what I mean? But yeah, it was cool. It was the best experience. So yeah, all the time. Programs, talking to them,
That's
like
cool.
in the cells next door. Sometimes they would have you move in with one if he needed some extra guidance or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mohawk, who do you think is a better mentor? Someone who's been to prison and gone through the wrong shit, or someone who's lived a straight and narrow path and never's been through shit? You
I
feel
think
me?
it's somebody like us who's been there and changed. It's the same for me with recovery. I tell people they have people that work in recovery that they go to some college and get their degree, and it's like you can't relate to these people in recovery. If you haven't been a drug addict, you can't teach recovery. I'm sorry. Same with this. Like I can't teach a kid how to avoid these steps if I've never done them. You're not going to get this from a YouTube. You're not going to get what we have from a book or a movie or a college course. There are a lot of things like we have that school can't teach you.
Or say like, for instance, if these kids, just like a scenario, if they're learning swimming, who would you rather have? An educated person who's read every single book, everything there is to know about swimming to talk to the kids, or do you want Michael Phelps to come right there?
Yeah, you want Michael Phelps.
Bars.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to say that people. I mean, you don't have to go to prison to have value and understanding.
No.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that need to be taught by
Especially
people who
when
have the experience.
When you're talking to like troubled youth or gang members, unless you've been there, they're not even walking through the door. I don't even think
You want to know
they'll
what this
respect.
reminds me of? Have you ever gone to the Dollar Tree and bought the knockoff Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
They just don't taste the same. You got to spend the extra $1.75 to get actual Cheez-Its.
You got to go to prison for a few years to actually get the.
Well, I mean, if you want to know how to react, how to what like he said something one time that I've adopted and I use it. I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to change, but I'm going to tell you what to put in this box right here because you need to know. You want to be tough? Let me let you know what it's like to take a shit in front of 70 men watching you. Let me let you know what it's like to wait in line to call your mama. Let me let you know what it's like to not have money and not eat for a month and rely on what the county gives you.
Let me know what it's like to get a letter to tell you what the funeral is like of your grandmother.
Yeah. I can't tell you not to do this, but let me give you some tools to be prepared. Let me tell you what it's like when 70 men are fighting hand-to-hand combat in a dorm, and you better be involved.
And the one thing that always gets lost in when people tell prison, the stories or the prison war stories you hear are probably about 10-second clips, but in the middle of those are years and years of just nothing.
Yeah.
Silence in a cell, reading,
programming, watching TV,
hoping for a letter, watching your shows. So the excitement, the lyrics, the bars, the war stories, those are about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
In between 2-year, 3-year periods.
So we can't tell you what to do, but we're going to tell you what to get ready for if you choose to do this. Or you could choose not to. Did you say bars? You like that word? I've noticed you like that word a lot.
Well, he said bars.
No, he said bars.
I used to use bars, but he said bars.
You meant sell bars.
It triggered
He
bars.
goes into this rapper hip hop talk once in a while that I don't understand.
It's bars. That means
He
like,
talks
oh
about
shit.
Hey,
spitting
one
lyrics.
time?
Yeah.
Hey, you might have been at juvenile hall, but one time I forgot. It was like 7th grade.
Yeah.
No, it might have been a little bit later.
Yeah.
But we went to an Alamany, had a prom party.
all the hot
Alamany
chicks.
was like the Catholic school. It was like
That school in our area where all the hot chicks went.
it was the spot. So they had, and it was in Canoga Park.
No,
and they,
Alamany's in.
No, but the
Oh,
party.
their party,
They
okay.
had a hotel room, and every single room was completely rented out.
It was the prom. It was by
Yeah.
Taft High School.
I'm on like 4 tabs of acid. Like I done like a line and I'm in there drinking and I walk in and there's a setup like this, all this alcohol and there's a big speaker and a microphone like this. I swear we turned on the beat and I rap. I was with Tremaine. I rapped and like bars. The whole party went crazy. That was the end of my career right there.
This is the start and the ending
Yeah.
of Bliss 1 with
you,
bars.
You,
That was it.
you started on top, you went out on top. Feel me?
Yeah, it's like Mike Tyson. Mike, you should have not fought him. You should have just left how you were.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? In Downey, they have one of the biggest juvenile halls, or one of the oldest, Los Padrinos.
Yeah,
Los
yeah,
Padrinos.
LP, yeah.
They're about to close it, and some people are saying it's because the officers, they don't have enough officers. People don't want to show up to work. They're not getting paid enough. I don't know what all the budget restraints, right?
Same as Eastlake too.
Do you feel like juvenile? Is that a juvenile hall? Right.
Yeah,
Is that important to have? Because if they don't have that, they go straight to the county, right?
Do they put?
No,
they
I
don't
mean,
put juveniles in the county.
What they have now is all these. They're what they call like alternative sentencing, and it's a really gentle system now. Like, yeah, it's a really. We were like joking now, like saying you do 4 years for a murder in California.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like, if you go in and you get straight to the group.
Oh, the homeboy Trouble, he got off. They're starting out with 20 flat, and he's like an on-camera, premeditated following someone and shooting someone. They offered him 20, but they said they might negotiate to 15, and he's mad about that. And I'm like, bro.
But now there's a new district attorney. Like everything's getting shut down. You know what I was pissed off about? It was the Menendez brothers.
Tell me about that.
They've been in prison, whatever. Like I was telling him, I don't care what the crime. Okay, whatever the crime. That was 30 years ago. What do they do? What are they about today? These dudes, like I have friends that have been in prison 40, 45 years. Good men, just like me, who have changed their life, but just have not got their opportunity. And these guys get pushed to the forefront because it comes with a Netflix deal and all that. Meanwhile, Lyle just got caught with a phone the other day.
And these guys
and
can't
he
be
squared
nowhere,
off with the cop, but this has been happening. But the dirty cops and the COs in there, they brush it under the table because they're caught up in the fame and the money. And these guys are going to come out and get this Netflix special, and all the while, like I got my friends in there really putting in the work.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are actually doing the work to change.
Yeah.
I have a really, people don't like my opinion on those guys. I tend to say it, and I'm not scared to say it, but I understand that they were like physically and mentally and sexually abused or whatever at home. Usually people that are treated like that act quick. These dudes waited years, partied, spent money, drove Porsches, fucked girls, did the rich socialite lifestyle. And where were they? Beverly Hills or where were they at?
Yeah, like,
wherever they were living that rich kid lifestyle. Again, I'm not diminishing the abuse they suffered or the stuff they went through. However, as I've grown, gotten older, stayed sober, paid taxes, contribute, you have to kind of look at it like, well, do they deserve to come home? Well, I mean, they did brutally kill 2 people. I understand it was under them being abused. However, they didn't react and kill someone under the crime of passion, like in the act of a fight, like Brian did.
Well, mine was a heat
They
of passion,
waited
yeah.
years, plotted, methodically planned this out, and committed a murder. It's like, I mean, do you deserve the grace? I don't know. At the same time, you've served a lot of time. You've probably done your time for the crime, but still, you don't deserve to get this treatment. Like, you should get off innocently, regardless of whether you were abused or not. You brutally like attacked and hacked people up. It wasn't like your dad raped you and hit you and you hit him with a baseball bat in response. I kind of feel like, as a normal tax-paying guy now, you're like you waited, planned, plot, collected weapons, you know what I mean? Like, got the ski mask and plotted the route and like murdered your parents. And like, I'm like, you're not, you kind of lose the victim status when you go that length to plot and plan and commit. In jail, the homies would fight their cases. There were 2 things that were really serious. If you got caught under what they call premeditation, which is planning out an act, and or what they called lying in wait, which is like you have plenty of time to change your mind. So you not only made the plan, but you hid in the bushes like O.J. Simpson and then committed this act. And it's usually death penalty. They should be happy they didn't get the death penalty. Because they live like celebrities in jail, those guys. They have cell phones, women. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard for them.
They got women in there?
Well, I mean, they're
wives,
married.
you know,
They're
they-
wives,
they've been
women
married
are
multiple
Women are
times,
married.
yeah.
They're getting married on and off. So which means they're probably, I don't know if they get boneyard visits.
COs are all starstruck.
Yeah,
with them.
COs are starstruck. They're good-looking older dudes. I mean, I don't feel as inclined to help them like a lot of people feel bad for them.
I mean, the only reason we're talking about him is because of the deal. Like,
Yeah.
okay, if you're going to bring them up, bring 10 people up that are
bring other
obscure,
people that have-
we don't know about.
Yeah, bring the people
Like,
up
let me
that
give
are
you
not
10
that have
people.
worked really hard. There's a lot of people from our communities that they might not be celebrities, but they've actually done the work. They've changed. They've gone to therapy. They've found God. They contribute to the groups these guys make. They train dogs. They speak in programs. They don't get the chance. Why? Because they're not a celebrity.
Yeah, but they're not going to get out no more because Gascon
Yeah,
just
that
got
thing-
removed. They wiped everybody out down there.
That guy's gonna change everything. He's already
this
saying.
new guy, I don't know his policy. I don't really agree with
Yeah.
everything, but yeah, he's
Well,
just
look, it sounds like he's gonna go like back to old school, like just
No,
hard on
okay. So
everybody,
what I
right?
heard was, so there's a pendulum. In our day, it was so far left with the cops beating your ass, arresting you, setting you up. And now it's swung so far this way to where you can shit in front of the mayor and you can't get arrested. You could walk around and jack off. You can't get arrested unless it's murder. They need to swing back into the middle. There needs to be like a healthy, like, yeah, you need to be arrested. I'm a firm believer. I only got sober because I was held accountable. If I wasn't held accountable, I would be shooting people. I'd be still doing drugs. You have to be held accountable slightly. Now, they don't need to over-sentence you 400 years. Like, because in our day, they would say you get caught with a gun. Guess what? Every bullet in that gun is a year. The clip is 10 years. The gun is 10 years. There's an enhancement of 400 because you're a gang member.
put
Like,
20 on
basically,
top.
you can't get out of jail. You're under the jail. So that was too extreme. They need to swing back into the middle to where, yes, people need to be arrested. I'm a gang member, but I'll tell you, people need to be arrested.
You know
They
what I
need
was
to be held
thinking the other
accountable.
day too? If, like, say all the billions and billions of dollars that have been allocated to Los Angeles to clean up the homeless and
Yeah.
all that, if that money was actually put to use, you know what it's going to look like? Wait till the Olympics come. Watch
Oh,
how
they're gonna-
clean the streets of LA
They're
are
going to
going to
clean
be.
up just for the Olympics, just like they did up in San Francisco. The Chinese guy came and they cleaned it up and went right back afterwards. They don't care about us.
Who? Mr. Miyagi?
What's no?
That guy's Japanese.
That was racist.
Oh, okay.
Karate Kid.
No, that was
No, the Chinese.
I know, but
You don't-
Mr. Miyagi's
Oh,
Japanese.
Yeah, Mr. Miyagi's Japanese. What's wrong with you?
Okay, my bad. I
Come
love
on,
Mr. Miyagi.
Karate Kid's from the Valley, bro. That's
No
Valley,
disrespect,
dog.
I love
Damn,
him, like-
Spencer, Mr. What's his name? What was his name? Oh, fuck.
Still alive, by the way?
No, he passed away.
I died.
last
Oh,
year.
yeah,
Mr.
no,
He's old
Miyagi-
as fuck in that
That
movie.
guy
Yeah.
raised me like more than my own
Bro,
father. Like, what the-
Karate Kid,
Seriously.
Rosita.
I've had more. He spoke more words to me than my own dad. So I'm sorry, Mr.
Look,
Miyagi,
though, back
wherever
to your
you are.
thing about the kids in the county jail. I don't think the county jail is a good place for kids at all.
Yeah, right.
The county jail is where,
I was 18 in there.
bro,
Just to turn 18.
I don't care who you are. Your first time there, I mean, I went to 9,500. That was one of the scary. I've told that on many podcasts. My first time going up those escalators, seeing John Lane, going into 9,500. That county jail, I don't think any kid should ever go there for custody. It is extremely dangerous. I sometimes now, I'm stretching this a little. I tend to think that county jail could be more dangerous than a lot of prisons. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in that county jail.
Well, it's just like super underfunded and like there's so many corners and it's so
There's
old.
just so many people. It's
And
so
then, yeah, it's
overcrowded
over-
that
yeah,
the
yeah.
violence that goes on there. Kids
Yeah.
are taught how to be a gladiator, just like when they're in youth authority.
Yeah.
They're taught how to be a monster there. So I don't think that's good for them.
like
There
a
should
low-
be a juvenile facility somewhere for them.
Little boot camp.
Well,
Yeah.
they do have like Silmar Juvenile House still open.
Yeah, but they can't house all these kids from all these areas. There's
yeah,
no way.
yeah, no.
They have Central, Los Perdinos, East Lake, and then Silmar.
Yeah.
Silmar's not big enough to house all these kids.
Well, that's the one thing that's not lacking in at least the LA area is resources. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, if they use them the right way,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean? They've taken enough of our money from everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lonely, tell me about your book. Tell me about your book.
Yeah. I'm super excited about it too. It's like the first thing that I put out. I'm like working on a lot of stuff. So we've talked about it, on the Lit Outlet. I was involved in the Positive Change Dog program. It was a 3-month program. I did it 2 times. The first time I did it was my 25th year in prison. I had just gotten out of the SHU after doing 10 years. My grandmother had died, so it was a big moment in my life, and it changed my life. Once I completed the program after 3 months, there was sort of like a lonely period. My dog was gone. There was nothing happening. So I began kind of processing, writing this book. I got halfway through. I got out here and I finished it out here. It took me like about 7 months, and I wrote it like during a rough time in my life when I was out here, when I was bouncing and moving around. And I was going to put it on paper and do all that, but I mean, nobody's reading books today. I want something that people can listen to on the way to the car, something
A lot of people are doing that.
Yeah, they can send it like, I say like the audio stocking stuffer, like send a positive message. That could be a card or something you can send this year instead of a card. But from life sense to new beginning, the most transformative 3 months of my life, I put my heart and soul into that right there. I went into the booth, like the rapper I should have been. I took one take.
Can you spat bars?
Danny Zico at the Z Room, like my really, really good friend, just helped me out, stepped up, did it for him, mixed it, gave me time in his studio, and we put it out. He helped me put it up on Spotify, Apple.
Oh, it's out already. It's out now.
Yeah, it's out on every platform right now.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I
the
gotta-
link
I gotta
is in
listen
my
to it.
bio.
How long is it?
About 45 minutes.
Shit, good.
Yeah.
That's a quick drive on a freeway.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially.
And
LA.
there's really something for everybody. Like I tell ins and outs of prisons, what's going on with me with the dogs. It blood, sweat, and tears, literally, in that one right there.
Bars.
Bars. I was gonna put, I part of what inspired me to do it too was Conejo had put out like he like an audio thing.
He's doing
And
it in segments with Sinister
Yeah, and
Mind.
it was really good. And I was like, that's dope.
Yeah.
And it works better because nowadays people aren't cracking a book. It's something.
I mean, I do. I'm old though.
Yeah, I still do too, but
Yeah, I'm old.
like you said, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
But yeah.
Did you have like any help as far as like a ghostwriter or like penning it a certain way, or was it just raw straight from you?
100% me. I mean, if I was to say God gifted me with something in my life, it would be writing. That's what I love to do. I think that's what I'm best at in the world. But yeah, I wrote it completely myself, and I took everything it was on scratch paper. Some of it was typed because I used to be a teacher's assistant in there, and I texted into my tablet. So when I went into the booth, I just pulled up my tablet, made the letters big, and he hit record and said go.
That's
And,
dope.
Yeah.
How many sessions of recording was it?
We did one, and then we came back just to like clean up because like Spotify and them ask you to break it up into chapters. You have to say like chapter 2 and introduction and stuff
And
like
so
that.
it's in your voice too?
Yeah, no, everything's in my voice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's tight.
Yeah.
What's next? What's next after the book?
So what I've been working on is sort of like I don't know how many, it's gonna be like 7 life lessons that I learned, the difference between like loyalty and commitment. I got a chapter called Watch Out for the Small Things, Lessons from Spooky. As soon as I got granted parole, there was a homie named Spooky right there that had done 20 years, was out 3 years, got out and came back. And he wanted me to always know what to watch for, where he slipped up. And he taught me a dope lesson that I talk about in there, just stuff like that. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
You just came back from TJ and you met my uncle Spanky.
Yes.
What the fuck were you doing in TJ, dog?
I was down on vacation with my girl, and I was looking for clients, in Revolution. There's like little small tattoo shops
Correct.
spaced out, and I was looking for clients because I do sales for Sullen, and I was going in passing out cards, and I bumped into him. Cool dude. Got a nice shop too. That's probably the nicest shop I saw down there.
He used to have a really small shop. That's one of his. I think he's been there maybe 2
Dude,
years.
it's dope. They do
It's
piercings.
fucking
Nice. All nice artwork down there. Yeah.
He gave me the whole phone call. Like, if I get kidnapped, I don't see you. Like, I love you, bro.
I was terrified.
He was terrified.
That was my
What were you
first.
scared of, dog?
Well, I'm a white. Look at me. I'm a white boy covered in tattoos, going down to Mexico.
Gotta get a pretty
you hear all
penny for
these
this
stories. Yeah, I ain't got no kidnap insurance, homie. No, I'm just kidding. No, just you
I
hear
can
those.
see it
You
with
hear
the
the
mask.
stories. You hear the stories of the cops and how they fuck with you deliberately. They'll fuck with you. And she told me, she said, dude, sometimes they will pull you over. They don't have to. It's not like America. You don't have rights. If they want, they will pull you over and just let you know that, well, we can just take you to jail or you can give us $50. So I broke down $200 in San Ysidro before we went to the border, went to the money transferring places. I got 40 pesos here, 50 here, put like 50 more over here. I got in my pocket, I got another set of pesos. I got pesos everywhere in case, and then I gave her all my shit and told her to hold it. Yeah.
They'd have been like, we want $1 million from Solon.
And then I got
50
comfortable.
shirts.
And then I got more comfortable, but
What is the one thing that you underestimated about TJ? Because TJ is its own
Well,
anomaly part of Mexico.
we didn't spend much time. The only time we stopped in TJ was on that, like literally on the way back, because she lives in Rosarito. So on the way back, we stopped in Tijuana on Revolution just to walk it. Now, first thing I noticed, Revolution.
Daytime or nighttime?
Daytime. Going into evening. Like,
Okay.
we're talking the 4 to 6 range.
Was it a weekend or a weekday?
Sunday. It was a Sunday.
Okay.
TJ's cleaned up. I went there once when I was 18 and it was scary and dirty. That place, the Revolution Strip now it's like going to Universal Studios City Walk.
It's a boulevard. That's their boulevard. That's
Yeah,
the
so
money
and they've
maker.
cleaned it up. There's a couple cops every few blocks. Their presence is seen. There's no like weird shit. I'm putting my little graffiti stickers here and there, but I'm watching and it's nice. But the rest of the time we were in Rosarito. Rosarito's dope, dude.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah, bro. We had
yeah,
a timeshare condo on like the 11th floor, and we left the sliding glass door open all night. And dude, hearing the waves, we were like on the beach. You could see the dolphins, sharks, fucking. It was just fucking dope.
You hear the sharks?
No, someone
What are they
told
saying?
me.
What are they
No,
saying?
the sharks didn't talk to me. But you could. My friend Harm told me a story of. I guess we were at this location by Ploma, La Pata Ploma, something right next to us. Now that's I guess where a lot of the cartel goes. And they were like, yeah, there's a lot of sharks here because I guess they throw. Let's just say they throw stuff into the water, and so the sharks circle there. So it's not a really good place to go swimming because there's more sharks here than a lot of places.
When you go to TJ, what happens to me sometimes is I get the sense of like, why doesn't more people know about this place?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
It's because if you hang out there too long, you become friends with people.
You
And
get
then-
so, well,
then
no,
you're out of
no.
there.
Okay, so here's the thing. I had like 7 different
Why?
bites.
You don't want to be there too long.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
Seven
What
different-
he did was perfect, in and out. Bro.
There's
Yeah.
so much temptation.
Well,
Because
Because you
no,
start becoming
no.
homies with people, the
Yeah,
locals.
yeah, yeah,
You don't want to be a local.
7 different biceps approached me. Hey, what's up, homie? You want any dope? Any dope? I got it all. Any dope?
It's like that.
Yeah,
Just
there
ask
were
you.
like 7 different times, and I'd be like, "Nah, I'm good, dog."
You couldn't find the Mexican brown that I asked
No,
for.
I'm not trying to get fucking.
I told him for old time's sake.
Hey,
if
when
you
we
find any
crossed
good
back over the
Mexican brown
border, though,
heroin,
when we crossed back, I had my passport. I'm legit, but still, when she looked at me, she looked at her, and then she looked at me again. She goes, "Hold on." I was like, "Oh, here we go. Do I have a warrant I didn't know about? Are you?" Because I know that my record comes up. Your record comes up from gangs to graffiti to prison, and I've got assaults on cops in prison. So I'm like, "Oh, here we go." She's gonna, and she looks in the car and she goes, "Oh, that's a lot of stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. She's gonna take us over to secondary right now."
secondary.
Well, that's what they call it.
I'm thinking of the Millers. Remember
Yeah,
the Millers when
and I'm like, and I'm a little nervous.
that's a
I'm
good movie.
sweating, dude. My butthole clenched a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And then she's like, "Have a nice trip. Bye." Yeah, and then I got tough again. I'm like, "Yeah, that's right, bitch." You
They
know?
got these dope ass X-ray machines that when they make you park, they
Yeah.
they see what's in your car.
Well, we bought a lot of stuff. I come back with blankets, like some stone stuff for my mom. I brought a lot of stuff back. So like, they didn't. It was cool.
Have you been to TJ, Brian? Yeah.
when I was younger with my grandparents, I don't really have. I know we went through there. I don't have any memory. I know getting silver and like coming back with all this.
You missed
stuff.
my 18th birthday. Vessel, Myth, they all took me. Sile, they took me for my 18th birthday. It was the worst experience of my life. We won't talk about it on camera. Let's just say you don't go down the alleyways ever in TJ. Or back in the 90s, you don't.
Yeah, I want to go too, and I'm off parole, so I can go. I can go anywhere
It's
now.
dope, bro. It's
Yeah,
dope.
Avoid
yeah,
the
yeah.
strip clubs.
I can't promise you I will.
You need to. You're going to probably have a man sit on your lap that looks like a woman.
Okay, all right.
It's like Bangkok at night.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You stay consistently posting, and the last time we talked about how people love to use your name,
Oh,
and
God.
your
Just
followers
Just happened again.
For clout, and you feel like there's a right way and a wrong way to do it.
Yeah,
Since we released that video, do you
Yeah.
feel the same way? Have you still been getting treated?
I don't think nobody listened to that. It got worse since I released that. It's almost like people are like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah.
I get messages daily from people that like
That like the post.
no, they don't interact with me at all under any circumstances. You know, like if you were to go on your page, there's so many people that I don't even know why I'm following you anymore. We don't interact. I don't even know who you are at this point. And I get a lot of stuff from people that would tag me and stuff that I don't understand. And they like, hey, can you go like my post? Or on Facebook, can you go support my business? And I'm like, and I'll go and look. I'm smart enough now. I'll go and look. Dude, you haven't interacted with me ever. Don't use my page to think I'm going to help you when you're not. If you're working with me, I got you. But I don't work for you. You don't use me to advertise for you. That's not selfish. That's just ain't fair.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of fools tag me in their shit and like they won't even. I'll go like this fool doesn't. If you like my show, I like your shit. If you share my show, I'll share your shit. But like a lot of fools do the same thing, and I feel like they're being smart about it. Like, oh, this they won't even notice.
He's got a big following. Let's just tag him and see if he likes it. No, I'm not.
Yeah, fuck that.
What I like to do is I like to go into that message, remove my tag, and I have my read receipts on. So you're gonna see that I read this, but I didn't respond.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, guys, we have to do a short episode today because we have places to go, people to see, and kids to inspire. They're about to go talk to about 20 young men and hopefully lead them in the right path. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Anything you guys got coming up that you guys want to promote? This is going to come out on Tuesday.
Saturday night, Huntington Beach, second floor, big sullen Christmas party.
Yeah, just from Life Sense to New Beginning, Spotify, Apple Music.
Perfect.
Bars.
All right, like I always say, pull up, turn up, stay lit. Let's get it. Bars.
Stay lit.